So first of all, welcome to Berlin. We're here with 16 Bars. So I have Drew Love and Dante Jones. You guys just did a sound check here. So have you been around the city yet at all?
No, I literally woke up about 1 hour ago. So that's what just happened.
Went to the hotel, but other than that, I haven't really been around too much.
But we're going.
It looks
for
cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have an off day here or?
Yeah, we do. We're gonna be here tomorrow.
The whole day?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you already know what you're going to check out in Berlin, or are you like, oh, whatever, we'll just walk around like tourists?
I don't know. Maybe you can give me some suggestions on what we should go do. Cause I don't know.
Afterwards, maybe give us a little list of things to do, places to eat. You know, we like to get exotic food and stuff like that. So.
Ooh, foodies, I see.
Foodies,
Yes.
so.
Well, then you will enjoy Berlin most definitely. I have a question, which is, why a hyena? Why? Why the hyena? Please tell me.
So, I've always personally been obsessed with hyenas. I've always thought that they were, you know, just really cool animals. I think it's from like the Lion King days when I thought that they were tight. But one thing about hyenas is that they can't really be classified. You know what I'm saying? They're not feline, they're not canine. They're just kind of their own little subspecies. And two, they're kind of like outsiders. So, you know, we always kind of identify with that. So when we had this project was all these different genres and all these different things mixed into one, I think it was just, you know, it's kind of like a dope name for the project.
And why new? Like, instead of N-E-W, you took N-U, and U is a German, like a German, letter, a mixture of U and E. So why new? Or is it just the way you say it?
No, when we came up with the term new religion, you know, we like a lot of punk rock and stuff like that, and that was something that I always noticed that they used was that spelling. Especially like, I'm trying to remember for instance, like Motley Crue and stuff like that. Like they use the what is it?
It's called a something.
Umlaut.
Yeah, that's what
Umlaut,
it's called.
yeah.
That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah. Well,
So I thought it looked cool, and it's
Looks
you know it's
like-
got its own little like connotations and stuff like
Makes
that.
us look a lot more fancy. So
Yeah.
that's why we did it. Yeah.
okay, so like in German it's Ü, Ö, und Ä.
Yep. Which
That's
you said.
those are that's what we got.
That's what you got.
That's always the two dots on top.
So it's new. How do you say it in German?
New.
New.
Yeah.
Yeah, new.
New religion.
The new religion.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly what it is.
That extra little elegance.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so you said earlier the hyena is like a mix of, it's undefinable, and it's kind of like a mix of certain things.
Right.
And in every interview I've pretty much read, which is not that many, I have to say, it was like they kind of called it grunge and B. They called it grunge and B, like your type of music. And from what I read, it always seemed like you were actually against being defined by genres or genres, you know, putting barriers. But then it's like, oh, this is grunge and B, and
Right.
you've already been put in like a genre,
Right.
or a new genre has been created, and
It was a genre that somebody from The Guardian had given us, and we liked it. We thought it defined the type of thing we're kind of going after, but it doesn't mean that that's the only thing that we do. You know what I mean? I think around that time was when Deep End came out, and when a few songs like that came out, and I think it defined the cluster of songs that we had released at the time. But overall, like an all-encompassing definition for our sound, I don't think there is one. You know what I mean? So I think grunge and B is a cool type of little moniker we like to kind of go by because it's something new, but it doesnn't mean that forever that's what we're gonna be doing. You know what I mean? Because we're always gonna switch it up.
you listen to more than one type of music anyway. So I was surprised that you were okay with the term grunge and B.
Like I said, it's not something that we coined. It was something that we did a really good interview with The Guardian. He just we liked the term, but like Drew said, I think that we're still discovering who we are, even just as musicians and as writers, and me as a producer. Like, I don't know if I'm even close to figuring out what we're doing is called. I think only history will decide, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think when they were making grunge, they called it grunge. Like,
Right.
Nirvana wasn't calling themselves grunge. That was just something that got thrown onto them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it accurately defines both spectrums, because we are all the way over here in the hip hop and R&B, urban realm, and then we're over here on this rock and grunge. So we just base those two words kind of bring those two realms together. You know what I mean?
And I've never heard that before.
Right.
And I always think it's funny because hip hop and rock has been mixed numerous times, and I had to smile because I thought of, remember the Rebirth album by Lil Wayne with the song Prom Queen?
Yeah.
That's
Prom
it. You guys
Queen.
remember that?
I definitely
But
remember that song.
I want to do
album
hip hop
was
and
insane.
rock. God damn it. And
Yeah, he went all the way down there. He went all the way down the alley.
You know, the thing with that album, and obviously most respect Lil Wayne, but I think the type of rock that he was trying to make was just a little dated when it came out. Because at that, no, not classic. No, he was doing more like new metal stuff, and that whole scene had kind of already died down a little bit. Whereas like when I remember when that album came out, like my favorite album I was listening to was like Grizzly Bear and stuff like that. Like indie rock was like more the thing. So, but I think it's just tight that he tried to, do the rock thing and seeing him play the guitar. Like it was dope. He was one of the first like rock star like type of rappers.
Right.
Honestly.
To be on the platform that he was on, and to inspire other people to try to mix those two type of genres, I respect that a lot.
And also, it was just funny because it was like, fuck all of you guys, I don't care. I love rock music and I love hip hop. I'm gonna force them together, god damn it.
I sense the passion. I sense the passion in it. So.
Can I ask how old you are and when you started producing and writing?
Sure. Well, I'm 28 years old.
Jesus, you look so young.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Take my vitamins. So I started messing around with it when I was like, maybe like 13 or 14. My brother, he had a keyboard and stuff, so I would like sneak down to the basement when he was gone and like go play around on his keyboard. I really started taking it serious, like, okay, this is something I want to do when I was like 18. So I went out and I got a Mac and I got Logic, and I just started goofing off. I actually, for the longest time, I considered myself to be like a pop producer. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like,
Kelly Clarkson.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like that's what I thought I was good at, and that's what I just put my focus to. Is just like I'm just gonna make pop music.
But obviously, you were good. You got a Grammy. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was like I think I always knew I wanted to do something different. Like I said, I listened to a lot of indie rock and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that I hadn't had the chance to explore, and particularly urban music. I hadn't really touched on that either. So it's funny when I met Drew, and just as I was slowly starting to figure out how to like even do 808s and trap drums and stuff, and it was like it all just kind of came together right at the right time.
Oh well, me, I'm 24 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've known Dante for about 2 or 3 years now. I came out to LA about 3 years ago, and I met him shortly after I came out to LA. But I started singing or songwriting. I basically right before I came out to LA. So around 3.5 years ago, I decided to because I always loved singing and I always loved writing poems and stuff like that. But I never really put the two together and really tried to take it seriously in a career setting until nothing else was working. Nothing else was working for me. So, you know what I mean? I didn't really find joy in anything else that I tried to do. And so I was like, why don't I at least give this a shot? I mean, I know my mom and dad are not going to really want me to be a rapper or a singer or whatever, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I put out a couple things online, and somebody from LA gave me a shot to move out there and figure something out. And I took that shot, went out there, and then soon after that I met Dante, and he had, we started working on some kind of left field stuff, and we put it out, and it did what it did, and now we're on the road. So.
I mean, you used to go by a different name.
I did.
You used to go by the name. You used to go by the name Cloud.
Oh wow.
Now hold up. Where my phone? Damn it. No, I need to get this out right now because, yes, I did the research and I found something that I love.
What is this?
Are you ready for it? I don't know if you can hear this, but I hope I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's the Hallelujah cover. Let's go ahead and pause that one.
Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lifts, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
You know what?
Yeah, he hasn't even seen that. So we're gonna, that's not gonna be played right now.
I hate to have to tell you, but that is online, by the way.
It is still up there. So what we're gonna do is after this, I'm gonna take that down. But yeah, no, that was a while ago. That's when I put my first cover online. First ever cover I put online. No, don't show it to him. No, he won't. Yeah, it's gonna be taken down before anybody ever sees this ever again.
Okay,
but
it was wonderful. It was so beautiful. I teared up.
No, wasn't.
It was very beautiful. I teared up.
wasn't.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I don't know why. You don't need to be. Are you ashamed?
Am I ashamed?
Yes.
I wouldn't say ashamed, but
Embarrassed.
maybe that might be the word for it. But
This is 2011. by
yeah,
the way.
I'm very.
This is 2011.
Yeah, this is amazing. So I put my first cover up there, and this is before I decided to. This is still before I really decided to commit to doing this. Like I just put a cover up there for fun, and I was still, making, singing. I was still going to school and stuff like that, what my mom and dad wanted me to do. So this was my outlet, whatever. And then I decided, I guess a few years after that, after I got out of college and things like that, that's when I decided, I was like, okay, went to school for business and all that, but it's just not like making me happy. So then I really decided to actually start try to put my stuff on blogs and stuff like that, on my own music, instead of just covers. And then that's when I got the attention and to be able to come out to LA, and I finally met him. So.
Okay, so we're just gonna put that behind us. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, and when you talk about these other covers, I'm not gonna press play. I promise. And if
I don't
you.
know if there's any more up there.
No, this is it. This is the only one I found, but best believe I dug deep.
I told him to go dig and find Is Sexcapades still there?
Sexcapades is still there.
Still there. All right.
You as a solo artist.
Awesome.
I was surprised because I knew that you'd been singing, and I read a few articles about you. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting.
Right.
And then I was like, wait a minute. Who is this young man? What is Sexcapades? Who is Drew Love? You were on Hot New Hip Hop as well.
See, that was the song that somebody flew me out to LA for because of that song. When I put it out, because I had some connects at Hot New Hip Hop and some blogs and things like that. So I utilized them, put the song out, and then I got flown out. And then after that, I never came back home. I was supposed to go out to LA for 2 weeks and come back. I just didn't go back. So I just kept making music, and I stopped doing I still go by Drew Love, and I still have little artist things going on the side. And same thing to Dante, he still does his own thing. But we decided to come together and make this whole They movement and a new religion movement and everything like that. And I couldn't have been happier with the decision we made. So.
Of course, but as you saying you guys still do your own thing on the side, I was wondering, do you still write for other artists? Do you still, is that still, even though you're they, you don't concentrate on they, you keep going with other things as well?
So our main focus is they. That's our main focus. But at the same time, I still write for other people. He still produces for other people. I still, if there's something we do that doesn't necessarily fit for they, I'll still put it out. I don't want music to just go to waste. So I'll probably just put the Drew Love name, or he'll put the Dante Jones name, or whatever he puts on it. But for the most part, our focus is still they. You know what I mean? Because we still have a mission, and we still want to encourage and influence everybody else to take risks with music, and that's our main focus is they. But if there's ever a little thing here and there that we want to put out, we still do that.
Okay, well I felt like when I heard your album, this is the first time where I felt that things were mixed in a way that it was not obvious, like with a Rebirth album now from Lil Wayne. And there was a quote that I thought was super, super interesting. I don't know if it's like a critique or whatever, but it was, hold up, where is this? He says, listen to they if you like Kurt Cobain and The Weeknd. A quote I found online from your critics.
Right. So what do I think about that quote? Or
Please tell me, because
I think that's
negative or positive or
I think that's great company to be mentioned with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think those are definitely two artists that we look up to, for their respective genres and respective impact. I feel like when The Weeknd came out, his impact was felt almost as much as Kurt Cobain's. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody was really. No, well, let me clarify, because at the time there wasn't all this atmospheric R&B that followed from then. That it was really kind of a shock to people's system, because not many people had heard that sound before. The same with grunge. Obviously, look, commercially, I'm not going to make the comparison, but I think just culturally, impact-wise, they both had huge impacts as artists. So I think it's dope to be mentioned, in the same breath as those names. So.
Okay. So I don't know if this is true, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Did you guys really record in Tupac's old studio?
Yes, we did.
What was it like? Did you feel his ghost?
I felt like I felt as, yeah.
Yeah, well,
No, I didn't. But
I felt the
can't even lie.
Tupac, but you felt the energy, though.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I think we did deep in Tupac's old studio, and then came back a couple more times to work with Mike, helping us out on some other stuff. But yeah, just being in that room, you like feel the history. I mean, it was Tupac's room, but even that studio just has like so much more history, like dating back to like the 70s and stuff too. So I think anytime you have a room that's like that special and has that much like legendary stuff going on, you're bound to come up with something dope.
Yeah, I'm scared of ghosts. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought that was so cool when I read that. But you know, just being so used to being in studios, and especially you as a producer, how was the switch going from, hey, I'm in the studio, nobody can really see me, to, oh, I'm on stage?
Oh, it was night and day. I was shaking in my boots at first few shows. You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know, we take a couple shots, but I think eventually I realized I was like, you know what, I just need to figure this out without shots. So it's two different things. It's like two different mindsets to be building a beat in a song versus actually sitting there and trying to like make a show and put on a show and entertain people. It's just like two different things. But you know, I think I just kind of approach it the same way that you approach anything. You just practice and you get better and you just assess yourself and say, all right, this is what I need to work on, and just continue to get better at it, you know?
Okay. Well, but now you do feel more comfortable. Well, obviously you, for, you know, being a singer and stuff, you were used to it. So today something very special happened, or I feel like it's special because I listened to OVO Sound and I saw you guys are on there. Is that like a reach from the Canadian border to grab some of or?
No, I mean they've shown support on a few occasions. This is like the third or fourth time I think that they've played our stuff. They played Back It Up a few times, and I believe one other song. And then today they played the Ryan Hemsworth remix of Deep End, which is really tight. Shout out Ryan for that. But no, OVO's always kind of showed, you know, at least a little bit of support and reached their hand out a little bit. We've met several members, you know, of OVO, and they've always, you know, from going on tour with Party to, you know, met Drake at the LA show of the Party tour, and he definitely gave his compliments and his, you know, support. So they've always you know loved what we've done, and so I appreciate them to continue to support us. Yeah, but I think OVO understands good music and understands culture, so that's one thing they've always been good at. So.
Can I ask, what was one of the compliments? Like, so Drake walks up to you and he's like, hey, Dante, hey, what's up, Drew?
That's
you
Drake.
guys, I'm from
Drake.
Toronto. I was like, oh, that was the worst Drake impression ever, by the way. What did he say? What, you know, moved him about your music?
Well, so it was backstage at the Party show. He was there, and I think we shook his hand and everything. I don't think he knew who we were yet. I think he just didn't, you know what I mean? Then later on, we had gone to the club or whatever, and I went back up.
Strip club?
No. It was
normal club? Okay.
This is a normal club, nice little, you know, situation. And I went up to him and actually shook my hand and introduced myself and told him actually who I was. And then he was like, oh, y'all are tight, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Right. Once he actually put the face to the name and everything like that, he was just like, you guys' music is tight. And he's like, keep doing what you're doing. And just like a short, sweet compliment. But, you know, it meant a lot. Yeah, it meant a lot. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I mean, he's one of the top people right now in the R&B world and hip-hop world and rap world and music, whatever it is you do.
Charts right now.
So who would you like to work with next? Could you imagine going on tour with, I don't know, an indie band, say Block Party?
I love Block Party, but I'm not, you know, I'm not sure exactly who's the next person we want to work with. We're always focused on our stuff. Obviously, we have like a lot of artists that we dream to work with. Kanye's one of them. Weeknd, Frank Ocean, a lot of guys like that. And you know, I think those are probably some of the main ones. But I think for us, we just try to find people that we have chemistry with, regardless of like their standing in the music world. You know what I'm saying? I think that trumps everything. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, cool. So I think I'm asked to wrap it up, even though I enjoy talking to you guys. This makes me sad, but it's okay. So I thank you for talking to me, and I'm happy that we are doing this on camera because I was looking for interviews of you guys, and it was like all written. Nothing, no videos, no foot, and I think if I'm correct, this will be one of the first that's going online.
We have a few, but then floating around there somewhere, but
like kind of like Hallelujah, floating around.
Yeah, floating around. Soon to not be floating around. So.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you the links or?
No.
No.
I think you're right.
Okay.
You got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, then this was In Yam with they 16 bars. Thank you so much and have fun in Berlin tomorrow.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.